In Dragon Ball Super, Beerus, the god of destruction, is the highest ranked god in the pantheon of Universe 7, only sharing his ranking with Old Kai and Supreme Kai. And as his name and level imply, he is also the most powerful deity in the universe, standing head and shoulders above all mortals below him and able to destroy almost anyone with ease. Beerus has held his position as god of destruction for a very long time, far before the story of Dragon Ball even began, and this fact is what has brought me to this topic today. And that topic is Beerus still in his physical prime? After all, Beerus has been the god of destruction for a very long time. In fact, he's been doing it for tens or even hundreds of millions of years. This was further elaborated on in an interview with Akira Toriyama, where he explained that millions of years before the main storyline began, Beerus became angry with that era's Supreme Kai over some trifling thing, and instead of destroying the entire Kaioshin realm, decided to seal him within the Z-Sword. This was the old Supreme Kai we meet in the Buu saga of Dragon Ball Z, so both Beerus and Old Kai are ancient and have existed for eons. So this raises the question of their respective lifespans. Now we know from extra materials that the Supreme Kais aren't naturally immortal, and their lifespan is roughly around 75 million years in length. Now Toriyama did contradict this time span in the same interview I showed you before, however we know that Buu attacked the Supreme Kais 5 million years ago, so Toriyama was likely mixing this up with his lifespan given for the other Kais. Now while the old Kai already appeared old because of his fusion with a witch, however that's supposed to make sense, he actually is near the end of his lifespan. As he said before he sacrificed his life for Goku in the Buu saga, he only had 1,000 years left anyway, so if a Supreme Kai who was born of a special tree to be a god is nearing his end, then how long exactly does Beerus have left? After all, to our knowledge, a god of destruction isn't born into that position. In every example we've seen, it appears that a mortal is chosen for this position based on power, attitude, or whatever qualifications they meet. And while we don't know what species Beerus is, or even if he and Champa come from universes 6 or 7 originally, it's unlikely that Beerus is naturally immortal. Thus, it's possible that Beerus, like Old Kai, is not only old, but nearing the end of his life. Further evidence for this conclusion comes from Beerus' attendant Whis. As in Dragon Ball Super, Whis has offered the position of God of Destruction to Goku and Vegeta in that they could take over after Beerus' death. Now everything we've been told about the Saiyans states that they are not long-lived compared to humans and rather exist in their physical peak until around age 80. So it's very curious that Whis would offer a position like this to characters whose lifespan is basically a blink of an eye to Beerus, unless of course Beerus doesn't have much longer left. So it's entirely possible that this is the reason why Whis was offering the position to Goku and Vegeta, because Beerus does not have much time left. And if this is truly the case, does that mean that Beerus is out of his physical prime? Is Beerus actually past his peak of power? Or perhaps is his race similar to the Saiyans where he retains his physical prime until nearly the end? Champa seems to be out of his physical prime, but that's likely due to not training and eating even more than Beerus does. Another possibility is that the reason Beerus has lived for so long and remains so powerful is because the energy of destruction itself keeps him alive and strong well beyond his natural lifespan. And it's possible that those who become the next god of destruction have this power passed on to them, similar to how the Namekian Grand Elder passed on his power to Mori when he died. But in having a limited lifespan, the power may not work forever, and eventually someone needs to step up and replace them. This could be why Whis offered Goku and Vegeta this role, because the energy would keep them alive and well for a long time to come. In either case, it's a scary thought to imagine that Beerus is this powerful now, but may have been far more powerful thousands or millions of years ago. I actually like the concept of him being secretly old, and that's why he's also looking for someone to challenge him like Goku and Vegeta before he dies, or even for them to replace him, although of course neither of them seem to want the job. But if this truly is the case, I'm sure Toriyama will reveal it to us in time, and perhaps by the end of Dragon Ball Super, Beerus will have reached his end. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so you can see all of my content right away when it comes out. Yeah, and you better subscribe, enable those damn notifications.